Oh, thank God you're finally awake. I've been here for the past half hour, and I was afraid I was going to get really tired and I wouldn't be able to do a dramatic pose anymore.
I won't die as long as you still live.
Even with my inferiority.
Looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I am done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
I want to stop being inferior.
Warriors like us are honored as we once were.
Like my father, except not because I hate him.
Big boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish.
Which I'm honoring even though I hate him.
He was young during the Cold War. The world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired.
Isn't that like the wish of basically every Metal Gear Solid villain?
With all the lies and
I want to keep fighting! Why aren't people fighting anymore? We should fight some more.
We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon...
I may not have Metal Gear, but I have a very good throwing arm!
And honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
I need war now!
Is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't it reason enough?
No.
Warriors such as us.
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie. So why are you here then?
To stop
why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you?
Why are you trying to stop me from blowing up the world, Snake?
Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
I've only killed 2 people.
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face when you did it.
I was hiding behind the corner all along, Snake. I was watching you every time. You thought it was super great. I saw you smile. You were giddy, Snake.
You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
It has to be this way, you could say. And really should stop denying it, otherwise a stranger you will remain. Those aren't the rules of nature, Snake.
That's what the project
It's the only thing you know for real.
It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was the man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells.
I was created from his inferior cells.
Analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method. Oh no, super baby is anything but that.
Then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus.
Super babies.
Later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses
Wait,
to encourage strong fetal growth.
That
You and I
what?
were originally
That doesn't even make sense.
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us.
So you're really not the inferior one if you didn't get aborted.
Before the day we were even born.
I'm a Republican, Snake. What do you think about that? Don't take my guns away, Obama.
Same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed to create you. I got all of the recessive genes.
Recessive genes aren't even bad.
You took everything from me before I was even born.
Do you need to get the square?
But
Like, you have less understanding of genetics than Naomi did. I don't even think the square's going to help. You need a PowerPoint lecture at this point.
Carrying on his genetic legacy. But they're different. They're digital. With the completion of the Human Genome Project, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare.
All of them. There are no more mysteries. They've all been solved.
Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted into the members of the next generation special forces. That's
This
how they
almost
became
seems like
the
something that could be in
genome soldiers.
genetics. And I don't know if there's actually a killer instinct gene or one that causes one, but you know.
Our brothers with the same
At least
genes
makes more sense
that
than, oh, I got the recessive genes, I'm therefore the worst.
The genome soldiers.
That's right. They are our brothers, created artificially through the alignment of nucleotides to mimic our father's genes.
And you've never given them birthday presents, Snake! Don't you feel guilty now?
Sacrifices.
Human experiments.
Human experiments?
1991.
Oh, he didn't say it.
The Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome is caused by exposure to depleted uranium.
Yeah, it's common knowledge, even to me. Solid Snake.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder.
It was all genome soldiers. That's why they don't talk about it in school. Not because we lost the conflict, but no. Genome soldiers. It was genetic experiments all along.
The so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Genome soldiers.
They too.
They've always been genome soldiers, Snake. Even the cavemen had genome soldiers.
So the genome soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
No.
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure.
Have you paid attention to anything?
We are on the verge of extinction.
What?
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory?
I'm sure he'll explain it to me.
Nature tends to favor asymmetry.
It's also the
Those
character design
species
philosophy
which
of
have gone
Tetsuya
extinct
Nomura.
all show signs of symmetry. The genome soldiers suffer from the same problem. Signs of symmetry.
Actually, that makes sense.
So do I.
No matter which way you cut them, they're equally stupid on both sides.
That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
But I hate my family. I'll fulfill all their wishes, but I hate them all.
Each other to survive. Do you know why? It increases the chance that their genes will be passed on to a new generation. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. It's called the selfish gene theory.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate.
Yes, I can. I'll prove it to you right now. Take that, genes, and that.
On their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me.
Even though they're inferior. They're telling me to jump off Metal Gear right now. That's how inferior they are. But I won't listen to them, even though I will. I hate my genes, but I'll follow them. I make sense, Snake.
And to do that, first, I will kill you.
That's not gonna solve anything. You're just throwing a hissy fit.
Behind you.
Earl?
Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago.
Look, Snake, we have a good budget, but not that big a budget. We can only change like 2 scenes for the good and bad endings. You'll just have to wait until after this fight to see if she's alive. Of course, you're not wimpy alternate dimension, Snake, so she's probably alive.
Truly ours. You and I are just copies of our father, Big Boss.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we've finished our business, we're almost out of time.
Even though I've been talking for almost 10 minutes.
It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
I think Snake needs his arms to activate Codec, or maybe he doesn't.
Colonel, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on
No
his way
fun
there
is
by
allowed
AWACS.
anymore.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
That's
What?
bad, right?
Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence along with anyone who knows anything.
Damn you, American government!
I'll stop the nuclear strike.
Personally!
How?
Don't worry, I'll throw
I may
rocks at
only
the
be a
missiles and
figurehead
deflect
here,
all of
but
them!
I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time.
What if they're immune to confusion, though? What happens then?
If you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
He was actually sympathetic
bastards.
all along.
I'm sorry. They forced
Even if he
me to
was a
cooperate
jerk.
in exchange for her life.
He was actually a jerk for a
You better
reason.
get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you, after all the lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. What? What are you doing? What?
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it.
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty.
Senator
Secretary
No
of
Fun
Defense,
Mick
Jim
stick up his butt.
Colonel back
We
on.
meet
He's
again.
been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information, and for the crime of
He thought he
high
could
treason.
confuse us, but he didn't know that we're bosses and therefore
Yes, he's
immune
a
to all
ridiculous
status
man.
effects.
He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
When it was actually me, the Secretary of Defense, introduced just now.
Left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
President ordered this?
The President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
Nothing could go wrong with this plan.
Nuclear attack on Alaska to the media.
I'm just
Don't
assuming
worry.
nobody cares about
We've
Alaska.
prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Smart. You'll be murdering everyone here. The scientists, the Genome Army, everyone.
Donald, the DARPA chief, is already dead.
He was my
So, you
buddy.
didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
I don't
You
have
care
many
less about what
friends.
happens to everybody
For
else,
some
huh?
reason, not many
Well,
people
if
like
you
me.
give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay.
I'll just kill the lot
two
of you
are an
then.
Embarrassment from the 1970s.
You
Our
perfect
country's
killing
Dirty
machines.
little secret. You can't be allowed to live. Well, the bombs will be dropping soon, and you two have a lot of catching up to do.
I'm going to be laughing maniacally over there.
There's no way out for us. Let's finish this before the airstrike.
Wait, you already knew there was an airstrike? But that Dakota call... Snake's supposed to be the only one that...
From me.
I was able to hear your Kodak call with my inferior hearing. It's so inferior it doesn't even work right and it hears things it shouldn't hear. I can hear dog whistles, Snake. Curse my inferior ears.
Sacrifice for our final battle. Do you see this?
It's just a box.
The time limit for our final battle. This nuclear module is set to detonate at the precise moment of her death.
Which is exactly 3 minutes when I press this.
If you win, you might still be able to save her.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Come on, the timer started.
One brief moment of love.
Why are you still talking?
The end.
It's been 10 seconds.
If you cross this line, you
Okay,
fall.
yeah, I assumed that if I fall, I will die because I fall off Metal Gear. That's great. Can we move this along? You've started the timer. You dick. You're intentionally wasting 30 seconds.
Have at you, Snake.
So if 2 minutes and 30 seconds aren't enough for you, if you die in this segment, you will actually get the full 3 minutes. But enough about that. Remember the battle with Gray Fox a while... Oh! He just pushed me off the ledge. What a dick. Remember the battle with Gray Fox a while back? It's sort of the same thing here. You want to make sure you're within range to punch him. Don't attack too quickly, because if you attack too quickly and you miss, he's got ample time to hit you, and the thing is, this might not seem too difficult. However, he can drain your life really quickly, and you drain his very slowly. He can get a lot of attacks in off you, he can attack unexpectedly, and he's got some damaging attacks. He can't really nail you with a combo because you get that brief invincibility period. And you can knock him over, but you can't knock him off Metal Gear. He does get 2 moves once he's about, I'd say, halfway dead. Oh, you don't want to get hit by that roundhouse kick, by the way, that one hurts. One where if you punch him over and he falls over, he will actually get up by sort of throwing himself at you. In the first half of the fight, he won't actually do that. He'll just fall over and then get up without attacking. His other attack is actually a sort of bull charge that really hurts. Like, if you get hit by that thing, that can make you go from a pretty good condition to a very bad... Oh, that was terrible. See what I mean? I kept attacking even though I was in the wrong direction, and that just did not work for me. It might look like I had the upper hand here, but this could go sour very quickly. At least in my experience, he can actually take me out pretty quickly, even when I'm about to win. So you do have to be careful here. Never stand in front of him when he does that, of course. When he crouches like that... Ah, damn it, I was in the middle of attacking, unfortunately. If you are in the middle of attacking, then you are probably going to get hit. You want a lot of distance between you and him, that way he goes right past you, or maybe he could fuck up hitboxes. I don't know. That one's fine by me. It is dodgeable, especially if you're prepared for it. You should be prepared. But if you're not, yeah, that's gonna hurt you a lot. Also, don't attack him when he's invincible, and to finish him off, you do have to kick him off Metal Gear. Otherwise, he'll just get back up. This is actually a lot farther than it looked!
Meryl. Meryl?
Snake? Is that
Why are you shirtless, bleeding, and sweaty?
Snake! Oh, you're alive! Thank God!
Meryl. Meryl, are you okay?
Merle.
Are you okay? Is that all you can say?
Well, yeah, you've been missing for half the game.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
I got to hang out in a lounge while I was missing from the plot.
I didn't give in to the torture.
Torture?
And things even worse than that.
I had to smell Ocelot's
fighting
breath.
too.
It was terrible.
Just like you.
No, you
You're a
weren't.
strong woman.
Fighting them made me feel closer to you.
I demand evidence of this. Meryl's side story, anybody? I mean, where'd you find the time to even fight them?
I'm sorry.
Again,
Don't
missing
say
for
that.
half the plot.
But it made me realize something. During all the pain and shame, there was one thing I was sure of. A single hope that I held on to. And that hope kept me alive. Snake, I wanted to see you again.
I really would have liked you to be less sweaty, though. Like, could you wear a
That's
shirt?
my Kodak.
Why can you hear that, Meryl? Only Snake's supposed to hear that. It's the entire point of it.
Snake, it's me.
Otacon, good news. Meryl's okay.
All right. You saved her, man. Good job.
High five,
Bad news,
dude.
too. We're
Oh,
about
right,
to be
it's not as important, but the
Oh,
government's
boy.
about to blow us all to hell.
I guess we're considered expendable.
Is there a way out of here?
A way out? Yeah. You can take the loading tunnel to the surface. There's a parking garage right next to you. The tunnel leads from there to the surface.
The door in
How
front.
convenient. Why
No,
didn't we just go
it's
through
a
there in the
small
first
entrance to
place?
the west of that door.
It's probably not even
How
that
about
well
the
guarded.
security?
I just unlocked it. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll take care of security along your escape route, too.
What are you going to do?
Me? I'll stay here.
Are you crazy?
I need a little more time to take care of your escape route.
But
I'm in the middle of a
Unlocking
really
the
good anime,
security doors is
Snake.
difficult work. Only I can do it.
Otacon,
Don't worry. I'm staying here. It's my own decision.
Otacon, this is a hardened shelter, but they're going to use a surface-piercing nuclear bomb. It won't hold.
I'm through regretting the past. Life isn't all about loss, you know. Snake, I'm a complete person now. I've found a reason to live.
Which is why I'm totally alright dying.
Don't die on me.
Same
Even though you're going to be bombed.
Take care of Meryl, okay?
I will.
Okay, I gotta go. I promise I'll do something about your escape route.
Also, in my last moments, I really want to write an essay about Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Well, that sounds nice.
I totally understand the ending, Snake.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Snake.
Let's get the hell out of here.
What about him? Where's Otacon?
He's writing an essay about his dumb animes. He'll probably die before the bombs get to him.
With his old self. To be the man he wants to be.
He's fighting for us too?
Yeah.
He's unlocking doors.
I don't want it to be in vain.
Me too.
Wait, why are you jumping off of Metal Gear? Didn't Liquid tell you that was a bad idea? You're still pretty high up.
Snake.
Meryl. It started.
I must be heavy.
Looks like we're not gonna have a love scene after all.
Besides, I need to find Liquid. Before this place gets bombed, I really want to pants him. I know he's dead, but, you know, I'll stick it to him any way I can. Even if he is no longer in this world.
There's my sneaking suit.
Conveniently right there.
Hurry up.
Don't worry, I can change in a single second.
Hurry!
I found this jacket out of nowhere.
Looking good, Snake.
For PS1 graphics, anyway.